Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So since it's carnival and I got some free time, I've decided that this week I was going to upload another video. And in fact today I'm uploading this video about Shadow of Mordor basic tips, having in mind that yesterday it was announced a new Shadow of Mordor game, so it would be like Shadow of Mordor 2, but in fact it has a new name which is Shadow of War, if I'm not mistaken. So, for the new players that want to play Shadow of Mordor and never got the opportunity and now it's the time to play, or even older players that started to play but never got into it, never got the hang of it, I'm giving you guys some basic tips that will help you out. Okay, so let's start it. And tip number one is basically learn how to parry and block. It doesn't seem like it's like a much stuff. I mean, it's like a basic tip, but in fact, it's one of the first things that the tutorial explained to you. But for me, when I started the game, I didn't take much time and attention to it, since I wanted to skip ahead in the story and have more focus on the story itself than on the basic commands and how to attack. So knowing how to parry and block will help you a lot in the long run. Believe me, it's really important. Tip number two, dodge a lot. I know it's another tip that you're probably gonna say, well, yeah, it's part of the mechanics. I know, but when I was starting to play, I always forgot to dodge, so I would die a lot of times. So dodge a lot. Don't be afraid of doing it, or don't forget of doing it. Now, tip number three, this one is also important, and I learned a little bit when I was playing the game, is not being afraid of running away when you are overwhelmed with a lot of monsters and enemies. No one is gonna think that you're a pussy or a bad player, in fact. So in fact, it will allow you to come up with a better strategy and of course heal yourself and regain some strength, and then come back and attack them and defeat them. I remember I had to do some kind of hit and run strategy with a boss that he had like this shield, and all the other guys also had like shields, and it was a lot of guys. I couldn't defeat them, so having in mind I was near a ruin, I was always hitting and running away to the ruin, going up because they wouldn't follow me, and then I would go back and attack them. And eventually, okay, it took a little bit more time, but it was the only way I found out to defeat that enemy. Of course, I don't have footage images of it, but just remember, don't be afraid of running away and thinking about a strategy. Tip number four, try to do as many quests possible that give you M points, because these M points are important for your character progression, so it will make your character stronger. And finally, tip number five, don't be afraid of dying in the game. In fact, dying on this game is part of the game mechanics. It will fast forward the time, it will allow your enemies among themselves, among their own ranks, fight among them, and eventually one enemy that it's very hard for you to beat, maybe he can be defeated by another enemy that in fact can be, even though he may be a higher level, it could be easier for you to defeat him because you could use a strategy on him that you couldn't use on the other. So don't be afraid of dying, it's just part of the game mechanics. Anyways, that's it guys, it's a really short video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and I will see you guys soon. Cheers!